Aloha everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Jeff, the Hawaiian Brokenic. So aloha guys, so today is a beautiful day out here in Arizona. It's about 50 degrees, 50, 60 degrees. We're actually going to be 85 later on this afternoon. So a perfect day to, work on swapping out my gears. So I'm doing it on my 2015 Chevy Silverado. It's a LT model, and I've got like a 15-inch lift, total of 15 inches, and it consists of a Cognito 10 to 12-inch lift and a 3-inch body lift. So kind of go over really quick of what I got, as far as the setup is concerned, and then we'll get to the fun stuff here. Okay, so what I got going on here is I got a 10 to 12-inch Cognito lift, and I got it crank all the way up to 12, and did the Cognito control arms and the Fox coilovers. Now these suckers were back ordered for about 3 months, and they finally came in. I was totally stoked. I was able to get the setup where I needed it to be. I'm also running 37-inch tires. These are Pro Comp Extreme MT2s on 20-inch Moto metals. Also in the back, I opted to do the Deaver springs. I mean, really, you could do the 6-inch lock with the stock springs, but when it came to towing, I have a 20-foot trailer. When it comes to towing, it would sag like about 1 inch or 2 inches down. So what I've got here is the Deaver springs and a 3-inch block actually. So it's 12 inches lifted in the front and 11.5 in the back. I also opted to do the differential cover. I have AFE differential cover there. Just switched that out a while ago, and track bars. Originally on this truck I had a 7-inch FTS lift, and I already had the traction bars. These are rough country traction bars, and you know what, they work just fine with this lift. It definitely keeps the tires on the ground. No, I don't do any burnouts or anything like that, but it's just good to have that extra insurance. These are these amp running boards that come down, and probably notice that it's sitting away from the frame, or the body rather, but because of the body lift, it doesn't flush up against the bottom of the body. So I got these 2-inch extensions down here, and they actually come down about almost 3 inches down, allowing my wife to get into the truck. It's one of her biggest complaints, but it looks totally fine from a distance. Ain't no thing. Really, I think it was a pretty good investment in getting those extensions. Now you can't find those extensions under Silverado app step extensions. You're gonna have to do some searching for them, and they surprisingly line up perfectly. And I'll put the link down in the description below, as well as other stuff that I've got or using for this install. So okay, so here we go. We've got a set of Nitro gears. These are 456s. My truck currently has a gear ratio of 342, and after having the big tires and everything, and the lift, and also having to tow my travel trailer, I just need a little bit more, get up and go off the line. In all honesty, I did a few mods to the engine, just your basic, intake and headers, and did a straight pipe to the back. I deleted the third the third cat, and it breathes just fine. So I'm going to gain a few horses from those mods, but this is what's going to really make the difference without having to put in a you know, performance cam in there. And you know, I mean, as mechanically inclined as I like to think that I am, well, that's a pretty big job, and you know, I really don't think that I could tackle that just yet. So anyway, so what we got here, the kit comes with the front 8.25 front gears, and then the 9.5 rears. And this kit is pretty awesome. You know, it comes with pretty much everything you need. You got the bearings and races, you got new bolts and all the seals that you need. So the only thing that you have to be concerned about is making sure you got the right tools. You know, you got these bearing removal tools. You got these punches and sockets that you're going to need, and so a vice grip is also, you know, something that's really important. And of course, a bunch of tools. Now, if you are just like me, you know, you've amassed, you know, a bunch of tools, you know, from different places, different brands. And, you know, I am not ASE certified in any way. You know, I've just, throughout the years, have had the opportunity to, you know, to learn, you know, from friends, you know, also from family. And, you know, it's always good, you know, to have your service manual here. You know, if you want to do some mechanicing, you got to make sure that you've got your repair manual. I mean, it's a must. Even if you don't do any wrenching, this thing is gold. Everyone should have a service manual, and you know, this one's been really helpful with torque specs and all that fun stuff. So once again, just want to let you know that I am not ASE certified, and this is not an instructional video. This is just a video of, you know, me just kind of, you know, going off the instructions, and with the very little knowledge that I've amassed, you know, in the last few years, you know, just try to, you know, put it together, you know, the best way possible. Most of you are just like me, like a home mechanic. You know, you're kind of, what happened there? So, you know, you just, you got your manual, you got some instructions, you get the tools that you need, and you pretty much just dive right in and hope for the best. You know, so hopefully, you know, you get a little bit of something, you know, maybe see some of the challenges, you know, that you may face when doing a gear swap. So let's just kind of go through it. I'm gonna do enough talking, and let's just get straight to business here. So I did run into a few problems while disassembling the axle and trying to get the differential out. So the housing, the differential itself, the carrier was stuck. So I had to use a pry bar to kind of work it out slowly. And then I was able to knock out the races and the bearings and the oil seal. And another thing too is the axles, trying to get the axles out wasn't as easy either. You had to use a pry bar to get it to back out. Now on the other YouTube videos, boy, they make it look super easy. I mean, everything just kind of falls out. If you've done this before, swapping out gears, and everything kind of falls out, well, you're lucky, because I mean, in most cases, you're going to have a tough time, you know, trying to work everything out. Nothing really just kind of fell out. Well, it kind of did after working it out, but doesn't look that easy. Not like how they make it on the other YouTube videos. So just a few notes for you guys if you're attempting to do a gear swap yourself. Okay guys, well, got the carrier in, and it wasn't as easy as they make it look like on these other YouTube videos. I mean, what a pain trying to get the shims lined up, not to mention getting the slip yoke, or the yoke rather, attached and the bearings pressed in. So yeah, so just doing the final you know, checks and everything. That I got a really good pattern. And we're just gonna slap everything back together, and then we'll work on this disassembling the front. Okay, well, taking off the front differential is much easier than doing the rear. Everything, you know, literally dropped out. And in the process right now, taking out the carrier, I'm going to remove the bearings and all that fun stuff. So the flange, I guess, for the CV axle, this guy right down here gave me a little bit of trouble. As far as popping it out. They actually show, you know, people have taken a you know, a 3-pound sledge and kind of pop it out, give it a few taps and pop out, but didn't work out that way for me. Luckily, I used a slide hammer. Tap, tap, and it popped right out. So worked for me, didn't damage anything at all. I didn't have to use a bar or anything like that, a pry bar, and mar up the case. So for those who are doing this at home, might want to try a slide hammer. It definitely saved me time, and again, it popped right out. So what we're going to do now is take out carrier, take off the ring, install the ring, put the new pinion in, and you know, if I run into any issues, I will definitely let you know, and hopefully come up with a workaround. I'm hoping for the best this time around. So here we go again. Okay, so I had one hell of a time trying to figure out how am I going to get this pinion race on here. And again, this little contraption there was something that my employee suggested, and all it really is threaded rod, something like this that you can get like at your local hardware store. The bearing and race drivers here, they come in a kit, and they'll come with like various sizes, and just so happens that I was able to find a couple that'll fit just fine. 4 grade 8, you know, some grade 8 bolts, 4 washers on each side. There's also this this little plastic washer here, and that keeps the pressure on, keeps all this stuff from kind of spinning and doing all kind of you know, weirdness where it starts to, you know, tug at it at you know, whatever angles. But all I did was, you know, open-ended wrench, just like that. I'll take my the impact wrench and just kind of put it at the lowest setting for it to go really slowly so that it would seat properly. And hell, if it didn't go in super easy. I mean, literally it took me like less than a minute to get it seated. And so also on the inside, just really quick as well, I have the old bearings that I seated in there. And then I put on the driver on here, so that, you know, I won't like ruin the casing or damage the race itself. So. Okay, well, that wraps it up. I had a much easier time putting together the front diff. There were a couple of issues you know, that I ran into it, and I pointed them out to you earlier, but the only other thing that I had a problem with was using the RTV gasket, your make your own gasket, and that thing was pretty sloppy. You know, I've never had really good luck using, you know, tubed RTV and all those pretty good stuff that came with the kit. You know, when I applied it, I mean, it just made a total mess. So I opted to go and get the gaskets from, you know, your local auto shop. It happens to be the Napa Auto Parts, just a few miles down from my house. And they had the gaskets in place, put it all together. Again, check the tolerances, making sure that the pinion spins where it needs to be. The preload, cleaned in housing inside and out. I mean, you know, the front diff was pretty easy as compared to the rear axle. So I hope you guys got, you know, a little something out of the video. And again, this was not an instructional video, so if you're looking to get like the how-tos and what the torque specs are and what tools to use, you know, I do apologize. I mean, this was just a really quick deal I'm putting together actually for some friends and documenting my adventure. So yeah, I'm not promoting this YouTube channel. I'm not sponsored by anybody, probably will never be. I'm doing it because I'm doing it, you know, just for friends and for those who might, you know, get something out of the content. So if you do like it though, like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll have a few videos here or there on, you know, some car repairs, other things that I do to my truck, my Harley, you know, and my friends, they always come over asking me to help them do stuff. So with that said, I'm just gonna take this, put it onto that, and maybe I'll see you guys around next time. Until then, this is your Hawaiian Brocanic. Take care. Aloha.